I don't understand. I don't understand, and I am scared. I am shaking from head to toe. My heart is racing. I'm having trouble breathing. Something bad is happening. I don't understand. What happens to us after we die? I race to my mother, Mamala, my comfort. If anyone can help me, she can. She holds me in a tight embrace and tells me what she thinks happens when this life ends. She talks about another higher level of consciousness and of God's love. I catch my breath. My heart rate goes down, and I slowly stop shaking, taking comfort in being told that there is something after we die. My father, Papa, on the other hand, when I ask him later on, tells me there is nothing. Just an end to existence. So it's the devout Christian versus the devout atheist, and I don't know who to believe. Who's right and who is wrong? I need answers. I'm 5 years old, by the way. Now, as an adult who has undergone extensive therapy, thank you, I can now confidently say that this is my earliest memory of a panic attack. And they are almost always about the same thing: death. Now, as the stories tonight have shown, this is something we all grapple with. But me, I hyperfixate on it, turning this question around and around and around in my anxious brain just until I snap. And my existential panic attacks continue to come and go as I grow up, always with that same root fear that I am dying or will be dying imminently. My mother remains my comfort, my tether to this earth. And as a teenager, depression enters the scene, the seemingly inevitable addition to my panic and anxiety disorders, a throuple of ailments, as it were. I'm sitting on a hospital bed in the emergency room in a gown that doesn't fit. It is the middle of the night, and the harsh fluorescent lights make the resident questioning me look like a pale ghost. It hurts my eyes, and I am dying, or at least I think I am. The resident sits across from me and asks me the question: are you experiencing suicidal thoughts? Not again, I think to myself. This question, while completely valid and undoubtedly part of his checklist, frustrates me. No, I am not experiencing suicidal thoughts. The one thing in life I am the most terrified of is death. Trust me. The resident looks at me skeptically and starts furiously writing something down on his pad of paper. It is clear that he doesn't believe me. And this pattern repeats again and again and again. And for 20-odd years, death, that's my nemesis. I'm sitting at my desk working. I'm having dinner with friends or grocery shopping when they start. The intrusive thoughts. Persistent thoughts that maybe everyone would be better off if I wasn't around. Thoughts about how I should maybe end my life. I'd be doing everyone a favor. And I do my best to dodge these thoughts, but they worm their way in. I could be doing anything: reading a book, washing the dishes, listening to show tunes. It doesn't matter. And these thoughts terrify me. And I mean, they would terrify anyone, but they also confuse me because they are in direct conflict with everything that has come before. I don't understand. I'm sitting in a cozy armchair across from my therapist, a nice older woman whose office can only be described as deeply floral. She's been my therapist for a really long time, and today she is just letting me cry. Well, not cry, sob. I am racked with sobs because I will never be able to find my way out of this darkness. I am completely and utterly defeated. Did you come here alone today, she asks. No, I was way too panicked to take the bus, so my mom is waiting downstairs in the car. And she says, oh, maybe that's for the best. I really don't think you should be alone in an empty apartment right now. And just like that, I'm put on emergency medical leave, and my mother temporarily moves into my one-bedroom NDG apartment to take care of her 38-year-old grown-ass daughter. Are any of you familiar with the documentary Grey Gardens? If you're not, it's this great cult classic movie about a mother and daughter who live in a dilapidated house and keep cats. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It's truly iconic. And I always said that my mom and I would end up living out our days a la Grey Gardens. But I was joking. So her coming to live with me, even temporarily during this time, hits a little too close to home. For the first time in a long time, I'm sharing my space with someone else, and it's my mom. She spends about a week at my place taking care of me. And I have to be completely transparent with you all, my memory of this particular time is very foggy. But I do remember that the nights are the worst. They're just this long, never-ending, dark shadow of a thing. And my mom is just there in my apartment, hanging out, reading a book, watching TV, whatever, patiently waiting as I walk through life under this thick veil of depression. Everything is gray and muted, and most days I just spend the day staring at the wall or sleeping. So much sleeping, but like no rest. And still, my mom is there. And she likes to remind me of the fact that I've weathered mental illness all my life. And I've always made it out the other side, and this time will be no different. But I'm like, how can you be sure? And she reminds me that how deeply I am loved and needed in this world, but I'm having trouble believing her. I work with my psychiatrist and tinker with my many medications. And I work with my therapist and talk about the emotional stuff, and I'm never alone, which is just another thing that Stephen Sondheim was right about. No one is alone, truly. You didn't think I'd get through a story without a musical theater reference, no matter what the topic is. Anyway, my mom only lives with me for that first really bad week, but she and my family and my friends, they're never far away. My support system is there, and over time, this amazing thing happens. The veil starts to get thinner. I slowly come out of my stupor and start to experience these glimmers of hope. And the intrusive thoughts never completely leave. That's not really how mental illness works. But they lessen significantly. And I'm able to do things like walk my dog or hang out with my friends and maybe not fake a smile. Because that's the thing about wanted or unwanted visitors. They do all eventually leave. Even your mom.